Lucia returned to the UK to visit family, so I continued solo. Well, not entirely solo. I was joined by my friend Chris, who had hosted me for 2 weeks at his home in Phnom Penh. Our plan is to head south and follow the coast. Chris only had 2 days to cycle with me, so I plan to continue solo towards Thailand. So after 2 weeks in Phnom Penh, it's finally time to get on the road again! Cycling 2 has become Cycling 2, but the all-male version.
The boy version. Cycling to the boy band.
Right, let's get out of here. I am so looking forward to getting cycling again. Chris knows that I love condensed milk, so he's bought me some condensed milk. Look at all this! Buy one, get one free. Cash back. Oh, cool.
No, it's good.
Well, so it's a little beetle.
Itsy bitsy frogs.
Do you want to say itsy bitsy frogs in French?
Un petit crapaud en français. Should I just eat this thing?
It's alright.
Tastes like chicken skin.
Little frog. Hello, Mr. Froggy. Ribbit. They're good. I like them. Le capot est délicieux. Oh, cool. Lovely fried egg. What we got here, mate?
We got some Cambodian fried rice with
What makes it Cambodian?
the dog. The beef, I'm assuming. And it's made in Cambodia.
That's it, that's enough, I suppose, isn't it?
Eggs, some sauce, soup, sugar-free, sugared iced coffee.
Right, let's dig in. Meeting people on the road is always a highlight of each day. I'm always in awe when I meet the older generations in Cambodia. The heat was really turned up a notch compared to 2 weeks before when I was last on the bike. This meant lots of rest in the shade. Whenever we stopped, we were always joined by a curious local. Luckily in Cambodia, you're never too far away from somebody selling ice cream out the back of their scooter. How's your first day back on the bike?
It's good. Yeah, I do like to ride. I usually road bike in Phnom Penh, but it's good to tour, and it's nice to have somebody to do it with rather than on my own. So yeah, it's been good.
It's been a lovely day. I've got sunburn, which I will show you at some point.
Slightly burnt is an understatement.
There's a good lesson for everybody is if you're going to wear a vest, don't wear a holy vest in Cambodia when it's like 37, 38 degrees. That is success at this temple. We've just come to this beautiful temple. It's like we've done
88 kilometers.
88k, which is lovely distance to do. It's fairly early, it's about 10 to 5 right now, so we're going to just go walk around this temple, just say hello to the monks.
You just need to get screwed.
Yeah.
So far.
We were given permission to put up the tent and sleep at the temple by the monk. All seemed fine until this well-meaning woman came up to us and tried to warn us that it's too dangerous to sleep outside. We spent about an hour going back and forth until we eventually got into our tent and she lost interest. I feel her fear was completely understandable due to what happened in Cambodia 40 years ago. Nestled away in a corner of Phnom Penh is a building that looks just like any other abandoned school. It's hard to imagine the atrocities that were carried out here by the murderous Khmer Rouge during the 1970s. The recent history of Cambodia is dark. From 1975 to 1979, the Khmer Rouge regime, under the leadership of Pol Pot, carried out a mass genocide. The scale of death during Pol Pot's control of the country is unimaginable. Between 1.6 and 1.8 million people lost their lives, which is about 24% of the population. Here are some of the rules that were enforced during the Khmer Rouge's regime. If you were suspected of breaking any of these rules, it was certain that you were going to be tortured, and that would ultimately lead to your death. Visiting a place like Tuol Sleng is vital to remember the pain and suffering humans are capable of inflicting on each other. If we don't remember those that died and the way it happened, future generations are doomed to repeat it. From what I've seen from my time cycling through Cambodia, it's a country on the up. Younger generations are working hard to move on from this dark chapter, and I was equally in awe of the older generations that were lucky to survive this atrocious regime. What's that like? What's the cheapest peanut butter? Is it peanut butter?
It's interesting. Peanut cream. I think it needs stirring. No, that's not going to help it. We had a little bit of drama on the way to bed. Some of the locals started getting like, you can't sleep out here. Somebody's going to cut your throat. It's too dangerous. Some quote-unquote policeman was involved that couldn't speak English, but saying that we definitely couldn't sleep here. I think they were just worried that if something happens, here's 2 foreigners that were killed in a pagoda, and that would be really, really bad for the pagoda or for the local community. So that's what they were mostly paranoid about. But eventually they left. We had a pretty good sleep, aside from the karaoke music down the road. Lots of music, bad singing, pretty rocking.
I think the people were scared. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a sign, yeah, a remnant of the history of Cambodia. It's the first country I've been to in Southeast Asia where people have been scared for you camping. They were really nice about it. They weren't, but it started to get a bit irritating because they were very insistent we didn't sleep in a tent. In the morning, the locals gathered for breakfast. They were really kind and invited us to join them. Well, good morning. We're heading towards the beach today, is the plan. So we're about 20 kilometers from the Vietnamese border, and we're also about 25 kilometers from the coast. That is the aim for today, is to get to the sea. Look at this, mate. So we've made it to the beach. So happy right now. Oh, I haven't seen the sea for so long. Last time we got a glimpse of the sea in Vietnam. Cheers, guys. Cheers. If anybody here likes these videos and would like to access them earlier than they normally come out, what about a week earlier? That sounds pretty good. You can do that if you go over to my Patreon account. I'm pretty new to this, but Patreon is a way for creators to get paid for what they do and for adding value to my audience. Anyone that signs up for $8, which is about £6.70 or more, gets access to all my videos a week earlier than when they go up on the normal YouTube. They're always available for free, these videos, so if you don't want to sign up, that's great. Just subscribing and sharing the videos. I say that's amazing, just to subscribe and get a little notification every time I publish something new. But if you're like a super fan and you're like, sweet, I'd like to support this guy, because to be fair, there's like a lot of behind the scenes stuff you probably don't realise goes into a video, like the music. I have to pay £10 a month for the subscription free music, and I've also got to pay for hard drives and memory cards, and that stuff's not free. But at the moment, it's all coming out of my savings, which I'm more than happy to keep doing. And so far I've got a few people signed up, which is fantastic. And if you'd like to join them, go over to this link and you can join them and be a patron. That's about it. Right, that's the end of this episode. See you in a bit.